In this episode of Love Reno, we travel near 25 miles into the hills above Reno to Virginia City,
where we meet up with some movers and shakers at the Chollar mine,
grab some grub at the Canvas Cafe,
and chat with the likes of Steven Saylor, a local artist at the Gallery of the West,
and a drinks with friends that is nearly criminal.
This is Love Reno
with Connie and Dave.
Here in Virginia City, as you can see, that there's Randy, that boy's Kyle. They do shows here on the street, is that right?
That's right.
Ain't that right?
My name is Randee and I'm the manager of the Virginia City Outlaws, and we're here today to teach these two city slickers how to be a gunfighter.
All right, what's the most important thing I need to know about being a gunfighter?
Well, obviously it's the attire. You guys are looking good.
Yeah, I'm the bandit.
I'm
the bad one. I got
That's
the
right,
red.
the bad guy.
Wait, you got to get down here again. Look at her German yodeling
boots.
boots.
I got yodeling boots.
You can't see them, they're camouflage.
Yeah, you can't see what's going on here.
So first you have to have the attire, which you do have.
Okay.
Second, an insult has to happen. That's how the gunfight starts.
Can you demonstrate it?
Well, of course I can.
Okay.
Hey, Kyle. Huh? Your mama's flapjacks taste like cow patty.
What did you say about my mama?
Oh. What do you want to call me out?
I'm calling you out right now.
All right, so then you get called out. That's where you come out on the street.
Hey, she called me short earlier.
I think a gunfight should happen.
I think so. I need to shoot the short guy.
Well, let's do it.
Who you calling short, you gang Amazon?
I'm going in.
Your boots are funny.
You got a funny looking short ankle. I'm ready to fight. Let's go. Girly, what is this? He's a little girl.
I'm gonna shoot your earrings off. Let's switch hats.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a gunfighter hat. Look at him, he's got a pansy miner hat. Jeez.
I need a gun. I need an iron. I need a 6-shooter. It went over my head.
Well, you're obviously alive and so am I, so maybe we should make up in the middle.
All right.
All righty.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Get a better hat. That's all I got to say about that. What do you think? Could we be some Virginia City Outlaws?
I'm sad that nobody died, but you know, in the end, that's wonderful.
Obviously, we need some gunslinging training from you because you two are the experts. This is awesome. I have loved your show. Every time I come to Virginia City, I've got to see this. It is incredible. The Virginia City Outlaws, make sure to check out their show. Right. You two will walk out of here maybe a little bit better with the guns.
Maybe.
I won that gunfight.
I don't know about that.
Hi, I'm Tom Dolan. I was given a second chance in life when I received a lung transplant. I've been embracing life ever since, but there are more than 600 Nevadans that are still waiting on the transplant list. So today, I'm asking you to register as an organ donor. It's a small act to give people on the waiting list hope for tomorrow. Please register now. There's no reason to wait. Visit donornetworkwest.org.
Aspen Leaf Interiors is a full-service interior design firm specializing in residential new construction, full remodel, and furnishings. Aspen Leaf Interiors transforms spaces into tailored settings where people feel inspired and engaged with their surroundings. Award-winning designs, proven knowledge of the building process, and the utmost professionalism. Aspen Leaf Interiors, designing environments that make people want to stay.
I'm Henry Sotelo. I came to Reno to attend UNR and fell in love with Northern Nevada. I practiced criminal law for over 25 years as a prosecutor and now as a specialty court attorney. Reno Municipal Court has embraced the therapeutic court model in order to address criminal behavior linked to substance abuse. These specialty courts save money, rehabilitate offenders, and reduce criminal behavior. No one in Reno Municipal Court has more experience in specialty court representation than I do. If you find yourself in trouble with the court, I can help.
We're here for our Movers and Shakers segment right here at the Chollar Mine, and we're with Bill. He's actually a real-life gold miner himself, but he's also the tour guide here at the Chollar Mine. This is a historic mine that we're about to go inside. Tell us a little bit about this history and how important this mine is.
Well, this mine was found in 1859 by a guy named Billy Chollar. Billy Chollar came here from Connecticut and tried his luck in California, which didn't work out very well, and eventually he ended up working up here. Started this mine. This mine took out over $17 million in its day.
And that was back then dollars.
That was
Yeah,
that day.
yeah, it's a lot more today.
Today that's worth around $1 billion.
Wow. And we know too that the history of silver and the silver mining of Nevada is really what allowed us to continue the fight with the Civil War. This is absolutely a part of why we need to preserve this history. And you as a tour guide, what is the joy of sharing this history with people?
Just teaching people about the history of the Comstock and this mine and the importance of mining.
And now, Dave, I think Dave's short enough to get into the mine like a dwarf, but do you think
I could bang my head if I stand on my toes.
Do you think we can get in here, Bill, and we'll be okay?
We can all get in. Just we do need to stay down low. There are some low timbers. They don't give.
Okay, they don't give.
We're learning a little bit. She was talking about the history. That was Connie, my lovely, very tall co-host. Freakishly tall. Oh yeah, so everybody thinks that it was all gold that came out of here, Virginia City, and the Comstock lode. But they learned that there was this pesky bluish mud, and that had some value. What did that mud turn out to be?
Well, that blue mud turned out to be silver.
Wow.
And when they initially came up here, they were looking for gold. They didn't even know about silver. Silver was found completely by accident.
Well, we're accidentally going to go discover what that silver was like, because we're going to go inside the mine right now.
And I'm not going to bang my head.
We'll see about that.
All right, we're going to go on in here. We do need to watch our head. There are some low timbers, and so just be careful.
Okay.
Well, we've just reached the end of a very long, very cool, very low tunnel. Even I banged my head here in the Chollar Mine beneath Virginia City. Now, tell us, if you would, what happened in this room back in the 1860s, 1870s, right here?
Well, they came back 450 feet here to this area. This is where they found a big deposit of high-grade ore. They came back here looking...
Sorry to interrupt, but silver or gold ore?
Well, they were looking for gold and accidentally found this blue muck, which they were hauling outside. They took it to, there was so much of it, they took it to a assay office in Nevada City and found out it was pure silver.
Wow. We walked in here. It is a very tight space in here. How many men were working in here on an average day?
On a stope this size would be 4 to 6 people, not counting people pushing the carts in and out.
Well, Connie likes to talk about sweaty men working.
I do. I like them very much.
So talk about these timbers.
Yeah,
What's this? How does it work?
You had mentioned earlier that these have come down over the years. This is really a part of saving and preserving this historic mine.
Right.
But it's also that, you know, the ground has shifted, correct?
Correct. This mine, there are a lot of earthquakes here, and that's why they created this.
Wait,
Thanks
what?
for terrifying us, Bill. That's awesome.
So let's hurry this up.
Let's rush through this.
Talk about the timbers. I want to know about how that works and the process.
Okay. The way these timbers work. They're knots. This is called square set timbering. It interlocks in a way that it doesn't require any nails and any fasteners of any kind. It's all held together by pressure. So when it moves, it all moves together.
This is awesome. If you want to learn more about the Chollar Mine, I highly recommend you come down here, take a tour with Bill, visit and learn about the history of Nevada. I'm so excited that you're part of our Movers and Shakers. It's so imperative that we continue to educate people about the mining community and know that, no, the streets were not paved in silver. There was a lot of work to get this silver out of here. But thank you so much for this, Bill. This has been an incredible opportunity, and I hope that more and more people come and visit this because this is our Nevada history.
And the nostalgia you feel. You want to touch the Old West history? It's right here in Virginia City, in the Chollar Mine.
That's the honey pot.
And what is the honey pot?
It's the porta potty!
Enjoy an elegant lunch, dinner, wine, and craft cocktails at the Wild River Grill, located in the historic Riverside Hotel in downtown Reno on the Truckee River's scenic Riverwalk. Exuding nostalgic charm from the roaring 20s, the Wild River Grill welcomes guests from around the world, delighting patrons of the arts as the Pioneer Center beckons from just across the street. Treat yourself and those you love to Reno's finest. It's the Wild River Grill. Reservations at wildrivergrill.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Dolan. I was given a second chance in life when I received a lung transplant. I've been embracing life ever since, but there are more than 600 Nevadans that are still waiting on the transplant list. So today, I'm asking you to register as an organ donor. It's a small act to give people on the waiting list hope for tomorrow. Please register now. There's no reason to wait. Visit DonorNetworkWest.org.
I'm Henry Sotelo. I came to Reno to attend UNR and fell in love with Northern Nevada. I practiced criminal law for over 25 years as a prosecutor and now as a specialty court attorney. Reno Municipal Court has embraced the therapeutic court model in order to address criminal behavior linked to substance abuse. These specialty courts save money, rehabilitate offenders, and reduce criminal behavior. No one in Reno Municipal Court has more experience in specialty court representation than I do. If you find yourself in trouble with the court, I can help.
For another Foodie Philosophy here in Virginia City with the lovely Miss Sober, right? Alexia Sober.
That is correct.
The owner of the Canvas Cafe here in Virginia City.
So I have to tell you, Alexia, not only do you own this gorgeous cafe, but you do a lot here in Virginia City.
Yes.
You work with the Comstock Foundation,
Yes.
but that is what makes Virginia so unique. There really, truly is a sense of community. I mean, our good friend, our mutual friend, Stephen Saylor, who works with the Comstock Foundation, executive director, he's like, you've got to go check out Alexia's Cafe. What makes Virginia City so special? Is it that community engagement and just love for one another?
Absolutely. You know, we couldn't have this amazing town without all of us and you know, all of the contributions that we make. So, you know, the foundation is a Comstock Historic Foundation for preservation of our culture, right? Which is something that's very important and very special to us, and it takes all of us and it takes the characters of this town to make it work.
I couldn't agree more. And look, we're kind of sandwiched together.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that's part of the whole community.
Very nice.
Yes, it is very nice.
Keep each other warm. But the Canvas Cafe, you're inside a home, was built in 1905. There really is a unique sense of history too, because you were explaining to us that, you know, you think this home was built in 1905, but you were explaining to us that many of the houses along this road, they were actually moved and shifted.
Yeah, so around
crazy.
the turn of the century, you know, mining kind of died off in Virginia City, and a little bit, and so people were sort of moving around and finding other economic, you know, ventures to go toward, and so the people that stayed in Virginia City found opportunity, you know, in available land, and so they often would move buildings up from Carson City or Reno houses specifically. So the house that we're in, the cafe, and the row of houses to the left of where I'm sitting right now, we're all moved up here from the valley.
So they were the original mobile homes, right?
Yeah, literally.
Forget you, Sun Valley, the original mobile
Yeah.
homes.
These are real mobile homes.
Stick built.
So if people who watch the show know that this is like my Disneyland coming to Virginia City. I mean, the authenticity. And speaking of that, a Denny's would not fly here, right?
Oh, absolutely not. No. And in fact, you know, as a town, we do not look highly on franchise at all because we're all mom and pop businesses in this town. This is our life and our livelihood and our lifestyle.
You know, we just ate here. The food's incredible. Real. I mean, it's real.
Yes.
The Bloody Mary, real and real good.
Really tasty, but also just everyone here, you know, the waitresses, you've got Spike in the back who's playing
That's
great.
Spike McGuire.
I love Spike. So Spike is the music promoter and obviously a musician himself.
He's awesome.
Who does Loud as Folk in Reno while
Wait,
in
what?
Tahoe.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a bad word, people, I promise. Loud as folk.
Oh, okay. I'm getting old, you know, my ears.
I love Spike. And so Spike books my music for me here at the cafe in the summer months usually, and we try to push it as far as we can into October. And he brings musicians up from Reno, from Carson, even from Virginia City, but he also, you know, befriends musicians that are traveling all over the country, so we get to meet some of the most fantastic musicians.
You know, he befriends everybody.
Yes.
We came in and we were buddies before I knew that he was singing.
It's just so warm and welcoming. You know, the show is called Love Reno. What would you say that you love most? I mean, obviously we're highlighting the surrounding areas as well.
Right.
What do you love most about living in Virginia City and the Reno area?
So you can't live in Virginia City and not be a part of Reno, first of all, or vice versa.
Yes,
it's the
right?
big city.
I agree.
What do I love the most? It has to be the people.
Yay.
We care, we love where we live, we care about what we do. We have this beautiful place that we live in. Like 5 minutes away, I can go out into the desert and be away from people. Or I can go down to Reno and dress up and go out to a nightclub. Or I can walk the boardwalk in Virginia City in a Victorian gown and be escorted down the street like a lady.
Isn't that nice? Well, you are a lady, and Reno
correct.
loves you.
Thank
This
you.
is Alexia Sober at the Canvas Cafe, right across the street from the Way It Was Museum. You can't miss it. And we're going to have Spike McGuire play us out. Hey, Spike, play us out.
Woo!
Welcome back to Love Reno. This is our artist segment, and I'm thrilled to have with us Stephen Saylor. He is the executive director for the Comstock Foundation. He's a wonderful friend of ours, and he's also an incredible artist. And we're here today at the Virginia City Gallery of the West, where you can see some of Stephen's incredible art. You have a world-renowned painting that really tells a lot about the history of Nevada, and that is 9 Cheers to the Silver State. Tell us about this painting.
That was a commission from Comstock Mining to fund the Comstock Foundation for History and Culture, which I am now the executive director of. And we asked the former governors and Congress people and former first ladies to pose.
Dignitaries.
Yes.
Dignitaries. So they all posed.
Not us. Yeah. That's not us.
Well, I'm dignified.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Most of those people are friends of mine. I've painted every governor since Russell. So if I call them up and say, hey, we're doing a new project, they say, count me in. So what we did was I went to them with costumes, whoever they were, and they posed in different positions and stuff. And then I gathered all the images together, took a picture of the room, which is the Cobb Mansion in Virginia City. That was a hard thing to paint. And then painted them in. And then we did 150 prints, one for each year of statehood. And then I went back to them and they sat down and hand-signed each one of them.
So we're going to show it on screen, but I have to be honest, I was looking at it with my glasses on. I thought it was a photograph the whole time, and then it was explained to me that it's a painting.
Yeah, it's a painting.
It's extraordinary.
Your art also, Stephen, is about showing the history of Nevada, and I think one of the things that I've always really respected about you is there's this idea that we're this cowboy state, and we're not. We are a mining state, and you're really about educating people about the importance of the mining culture.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the nice things I've found with my work, since I like to paint people, is all the wonderful people I've met over the years and have become friends with. And So it's a real plus to be able to really capture them. So I like to meet them.
Well, with that being said, you know, Dave, we have kind of something we want to clarify with you. Because we recently shot in Genoa and we heard something and we need clarification.
Well, I've heard
this is what
Genoa.
I heard. This is what I heard. Pardon me for interrupting you, but this is, we met with Matt Bruback, who is the town manager, and he was bragging about how Genoa is the oldest town in the state of Nevada.
It's the oldest town, but it's not the oldest settlement.
Okay.
The first settlement in Nevada was Dayton, where gold was discovered in 1849. And then a lot of people stayed there. And of course, then they all came back from California later. But gold was discovered in Dayton in 1849. We have a cemetery that was established in 1850. And when they came to build Genoa, they stopped in Dayton and traded with the people living there, and then moved on and built the town site of Genoa, which is a lovely town, lovely people.
Just not as old as Dayton,
right? Just not as important as Dayton.
So there's a difference between a settlement and a town site.
Okay. Good
So once they got Genoa built, then they went back to Dayton to trade with those people. And they were a supplies for Dayton also.
Well, the throwdown has been had. If you're watching, Matt, you're not.
Hi, Matt.
You think you are in Genoa.
In that young town of Genoa.
And Stephen, this show is called Love Reno, but Dave and I really love highlighting everything that you can experience, even on the outskirts of Reno. What do you love most about Reno and Northern Nevada?
Oh, just our climate. The people that are here are amazing. You can do anything, any time of the day or night. We're open 24 hours. We're sort of the gold standard in the country for stuff to do. So.
Absolutely.
You know, your art, there's a flavor of the West, a lot of people, but also horses. And there was one particular that I was looking at, the horses that are in the clouds. A little story about that one, and then we got to wrap it up, sadly.
Okay. Well, in the late 80s, 3 drunks slaughtered 38 horses in Virginia City range. And my cousin, Lacey J. Dalton, she's a country and western singer, well known. She called me up, and she was doing an album to raise money for the Virginia City Wild Horses. And she said, "Can you do me the cover for the album?" And I said, "Okay." She said, "Well, you know, it's about the horses." And I'm going, "Okay, well, how do I paint something to honor the death of 38 horses?" And in the middle of the night, I thought, well, I'll just paint their spirits crossing over.
Right.
So I
it's
did
amazing.
It's
and knowing the story and that it's an album cover and the history of what happened, which is awful, but you made it into something beautiful.
Yeah, and so it's the cover of the album. Then we did some prints of that, and they're still available. And that money goes to the wild horses. So.
Well, I would say if you want to see more of Stephen's art, make sure to stop by the Virginia City Gallery of the West. You can visit them online as well at virginiacitygalleryofthewest.com. Stephen, we love you because you keep the history of our culture going. We're so appreciative of everything you do as the executive director for the Comstock Foundation. And I don't know how you paint what you paint, but it's beautiful, and keep doing it because we love it.
Well,
it's amazing.
Thank you very
Reno
much.
loves you, Stephen. One time, give us your website so people can see you personally.
Oh, you can go to evergreenstudio.com.
We're going to put that right here.
Yeah, good.
Stephen Saylor, local artist. Reno loves you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
The Reno Brew Bike, it's a 15-passenger pedal trolley. Bar crawls and brewery tours are what we do. We think the biggest little city is a lot of fun. We want to bring you a truly memorable Reno experience. It's a pedal trolley reservation, so please expect to pedal. Your reservation gets you use of the pedal trolley and a sober driver tour guide who will get you to the next great spot. Reno has a lot of fun to offer. Come enjoy it from a brew bike seat.
I'm Henry Sotelo. I came to Reno to attend UNR and fell in love with Northern Nevada. I practiced criminal law for over 25 years as a prosecutor and now as a specialty court attorney. Reno Municipal Court has embraced the therapeutic court model in order to address criminal behavior linked to substance abuse. These specialty courts save money, rehabilitate offenders, and reduce criminal behavior. No one in Reno Municipal Court has more experience in specialty court representation than I do. If you find yourself in trouble with the court, I can help.
Hi, I'm Tom Dolan. I was given a second chance in life when I received a lung transplant. I've been embracing life ever since, but there are more than 600 Nevadans that are still waiting on a transplant list. So today, I'm asking you to register as an organ donor. It's a small act to give people on the waiting list hope for tomorrow. Please register now. There's no reason to wait. Visit donornetworkwest.org.
It is another fine edition of Drinks with Friends in the world famous Bucket of Blood, and we're here with Big J Davis. He's the man. He is good looking and arrested, escaping from prison.
It was a rough morning. There's a lot of details going into that because it started out with me just stealing a saddle and then things went downhill from there. But anyways, I didn't know that just a little while later that I was going to be drinking a beer here with a beautiful lady. I heard something about you getting in a gunfight earlier.
I was.
Something about Gangly Connie. They said Gangly
Connie.
Connie.
Oh, you've been talking to me. What is it like to live in a town that is thriving based on the revitalization of the mid to late 1800s?
Revitalization, that's a $10 word. I know how to say it, but I don't know how to spell it. Well, anyways, yeah, because this is all about stepping back in time up here in Virginia City, you know, and that's the motto of the town, motto of the VCTC, which is Virginia City Tourist Center. Just down there, about 2 hops and a spit.
The largest national monument in the United States, this whole town, isn't that right?
Yeah, and I tell you what, a lot of people do think that all the history is just on C Street, which is what our main street is now, at C Street. But to tell you the truth, it's all on the back streets too. You can walk around and see all kind of different history.
Cheers to you.
Drinks with friends.
Drink.
Here's
I've never had beverages with a prisoner before. This is the first. Only in Virginia City.
I deserve this.
We're going to haul him back to jail.
I'm in love with Reno and everybody in it too, just saying.
We not only love Reno, we love our sponsors.
Thank you to Edon, Aspen Leaf Interiors,
Donor Network West, Henry Sotelo Law,
the Wild River Grill, and Dolce Vita Wellness Spa.